join us here on the stage. Everybody put your hands together for the gentleman, come on! Alright, so before inviting the panelists here on the stage, can we do a quick game? आप सभी से रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे कि प्लीज रेज योर राइट हैंड. एवरीबडी, जितने भी लोग हैं सभी से रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे प्लीज रेज योर राइट हैंड. अब अपना लेफ्ट हैंड ऊपर कीजिए. अब दोनों को जोर से मिलाइए. थैंक यू सो मच गाइस, थैंक यू सो मच. With that, let's invite the very first panelist, Dr. Sujata Shahi, Vice Chancellor, IILM University. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us here. Zordar taali ho jaye guys, come on. Now I would like to do the honor to invite Dr. Vikas Singh, Vice Chancellor, Geeta University. He's on his way. Alright, with that, I would like to do the honor to invite Dr. Hardeep Singh, Principal, SCMT, Guru Nanak Dev University, to please join us here on stage. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye sir ke liye, come on. See, what I feel na, if somebody has reached a position like that, they deserve a round of applause. Come on, they have worked really hard to reach this position, and they deserve it. Okay, now I would like to do the honor to invite Mr. Sanjeev Bansal, Dean from MENTOx University. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us here. And last but not the least, Ms. Aisha Qureshi, Dean and Director from the Govt University. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us here.
Wonderful. Are we attentive enough? So it's a great platform, the World Education and EdTech under the leadership of Gautam Naveen. So that's kudos to you, Gautam, for making this possible. All the academicians today under one roof, and it rarely happens that the stalwarts of the education industry, they come together and they are here. Half of the faces are known, they know us, and the rest we will be becoming friends and families over the course of the time when we get to know each other. And it's indeed a privilege for me today to be at the dais with such wonderful panelists. Right on my right side, on the very first, it's Dr. Hardeep Singh, the principal SCMT, Guru Nanak Dev University. Then to my exactly on the right side is Dr. Sujata Shahi, Vice Chancellor, Aayog University. Then on my left is Dr. Sanjeev Bansal, Dean FMS, Director, MENTOx Business School, MENTOx University. Then I have wonderful Aisha ma'am, Dean and Director, School of Health Sciences, Govt University. And myself, Dr. Munish Jindal, I am the founding president of MENTORx. That's to educate, to empower, to elevate. Currently we are active in 65 countries to boost the educational ecosystem that we have dedicated to all the 8 billion people on earth. And soon we are going to be present in all the 200 countries in the world. So taking this forward, we are going to have a wonderful panel discussion today on role of technology in online assessment for timely intervention. As we are already gearing towards technology, we are in Industry 4.0. The world is beautifully getting intrigued by the kind of technologies they are coming. In each and every sphere of life, especially the education, and when we talk about technology, certain times we feel that they might be 5 or 10 years down the line. They might be something from the future. But honestly, we have already been using, and especially as like before the panel, me and Dr. Sanjeev Bansal, we were discussing that during the pandemic was the best time when we had the most wonderful uses of the technology. So taking a cue from there itself, I would like to begin with Dr. Sanjeev Bansal itself. That when we talk about the role of technology and all, right? What do you think? What are the challenges in online assessment that we face during pandemic and especially now the post-pandemic era?
Thank you so very much, Dr. Jindal. First of all, my congratulations to all the organizers here, with a special reference to Ms. Geeta, who was so persuasive that she just made it happen that I should be attending this conference. If you just permit me for 1 extra minute, Manish, I will try to tell you, it's not assessment in pandemic or something, it's basically awareness, lack of awareness. No, this is a problem of online systems and other systems also. I received a call day before where somebody called me and said, Sir, Dr. Bansal, I said yes. He said, you are being selected for a selection panel committee of one university, Cambridge University. And there are very few details which need to be filled out. Can you just give me your date of birth? And all of a sudden I realized something amiss. So I said, like, I'm absolutely fine, I'm so thankful. If you can just send me a confirmation mail. Now the problem with the online system is, there are pluses also, advantages also, a lot of disadvantages also, and so many. And when we speak about assessment, this is the most crucial part of academics. We have seen so many documents, UGC has come out with evaluation reforms and so many things. And I am fortunate that I am working with a university called MIT where we are so progressive and we have facilities also. Before me, the Honorable Dr. Vikas was speaking about problems in implementation of the examination system in universities like Delhi and other universities. But I can say we are more fortunate in a private system because we have needs also, we have sources also. And we are having this outcome assessment and online assessment system in practice for quite long. But pandemic was difficult time, very difficult time, and it happened all of a sudden without any notice or without any time to revive. And we started, and since I am chairperson of examination committee of University of Uttar Pradesh, where we have only 45,000 students, it was a jump class. And that was basically, it was blessing in disgrace also, because we came across so many things and we came out with so many solutions also. So we changed the pattern of examination, we came to our ERP system, we changed the examination to online to MCQ system initially. And finally, we have now so online assessment, when we speak, pandemic was basically a learning line where it has given us so many opportunities which are going to be useful nowadays. For example, if I will definitely not go for total online assessment of, but if we mix up this blended mode, where online assessment and offline assessment are taken together, it's going to give you wonderful results. And that is what is now actually happening. Where private sector is slightly more government sector, they are following us, and I am very sure they will be doing it soon.
Oh, that's incredible how beautiful you have explained the technologies that we're using not only in the online world as well as the offline world. This is much more required, and when we're talking about 45 so now, so that's indeed a mammoth task. That's how wonderfully you are catering to it, and I know how close this is to your heart. So taking a cue from there, I would like to ask you, Sujata ma'am, that what do you think how this education landscape is changing after pandemic, the intervention?
First of all, I would like to thank you, the organizer of Second World Education Tech, for inviting us to share our thoughts. The question which you asked, all are witnessed about the paradigm shift in education landscape, completely changed after COVID-19. That was completely unknown situation for us. We all moved to online education. I think I remember March 2020. But after that, actually we realized the role of technology in education system. One, internationally, hybrid mode was not new, but for us, hybrid mode was completely new to move on synchronous or asynchronous mode of teaching. So we shifted on that. That was the learning. Then students are benefited, even that were benefited that point of time to learn, to continue their education, even lockdown. So this one was one benefit of technology. Second, the assessment which we are talking, even last panel talked about assessment. I think this is the way technology has helped us track the progress of the student due to online assessment. Like it's a fast, immediate feedback, and I agree with the professor, like we can blend offline, online, both. But now I realize the way we can give feedback to our students about their progress through online assessment, it's like amazing. And each student is different. We have to keep in mind about formative assessment of our student. We can't like one shoe fits all. We can't keep like income examination and everything. But due to technology, we are able to track the progress record of our students. So this one is the change due to technology. Plus, we have moved from four wall of teaching, blackboard, to technology-aided teaching. The smart classroom, the all like videos, simulations, these are added tool in our teaching system and which help our students to like completely theory to different mode of learning, even flipped classroom. We are showing videos, we are doing simulations, online simulations. We learned as a teacher how to create breakout rooms, how to conduct some activity. These are the technology-enabled tools which are helping our students, even our teachers, to move forward. And this is the new change in education landscape.
Wow, that's indeed incredible, ma'am. And so this is how Dr. Sanjeev covered up the blending part, online and offline, and how beautifully Dr. Sujata talked about the feedbacks. Coming on to that, there is another important aspect, that is the research. So for that, I would really love to ask you, Dr. Hardeep, sir, that what do you think the role of technology in online assessment is in quality research?
Good afternoon, all the participants and the panelists. Thanks, Dr. Jindal, for asking such a nice question that was needed. We all are talking about higher education. When we don't talk about research, it remains incomplete. So technology has played a very important role in this research. Like lastly, when there was no technology, we have to move here and there to collect data and everything. But technology has played a wonderful role in doing the research. So, coming to the quality research, the research should be quality research, and that research is only quality research and worthy research that gives a solution to the existing problem of the society. And the main problem that comes in the way of quality research, that is plagiarism. So, technology has done a very important role, like assessing the research papers, the research thesis, dissertation, the plagiarism part. So the research becomes quality research, worthy research, when there is no copy-paste matter in the field of data collecting, in the field of image data fabrication and data falsification. So I would like to say that technology and this online assessment has played a very important role to provide quality research to the nation. Thanks.
Wow, sir, how beautifully covered the role of data. As I was hearing one of the interviews by our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, he said that data is a new oil, right? So that is what, and I already own another robotics organization, India's first. We're into hoverboards and mobility robots. I'm the pioneer of e-mobility in India. So we're working big time in the domain of AI, ML, and data sciences. So this is much needed. So before we continue, guys, we have wonderful Dr. Vikas Singh, Vice Chancellor, Geeta University. Let's give him a huge round of applause, please. So see how beautifully he has spared his valuable time out of his busy schedule, and he's been with us. Thank you, sir, for making it. Thank you. So continuing with the panel, we have, blending feedback research, and continuing from there, I would love to take it towards the progress of the students. Aisha ma'am, what do you think, what are the biggest technological measures towards the progress of the students?
Good afternoon, everyone. And I'm really thankful to the organizers for giving me this opportunity to be here with the August gathering. And all the great academicians are sitting around me, and I feel it's an honor for me. And today's discussion is on assessment, that is technology, by using advanced technology. We were not aware of the technology before, So online teaching and online learning was going on, but assessment method, when it was started during the pandemic, and then we saw that it became little challenging for the students as well as for the teachers. And teachers also there are so many software available, there are so many apps available, but still the teachers have to undergo training, demonstration, then giving the demonstration to the student, and then after that we found that using technology assessment is much easier and much better than the paper evaluation. And now everybody knows so many stores are there outside, and online tools and online services and online websites and online technologies are available, and you can all use that. And I find that when we talk about the outcome-based learning, so some of the things which I feel that you can assess the cognitive domain through the technology, but the psychomotor skill is difficult to assess. Psychomotor skill is very, very important in some of the areas, unless in IT industry, in medical field, in healthcare field, when you are looking after the patients, when you are looking after, you have to have a better skill. You are not playing with the life of the inanimate objects. So you have to have here we found a problem. We really found a problem in giving those psychomotor skills to the students. So there we have to improve, and we have to, that is a challenge for us. Though we are able to assess, we are able to teach online, but assessing the skill of the student, and then especially the psychomotor skill as well as the cognitive skill. Cognitive skill, that is how to assess the emotions, how to assess the interpersonal relationship, how to assess the communication of the students, that became difficult, for us to do that. So I think with this, we are talking about OBE. I just would like to talk a little bit about OBE because we are giving a lot of importance to the outcome-based education. And this outcome-based education, outcome will be always good when there is a good structure, when there is a good infrastructure, when there is a good process. In structure, we have got a good building, all the resources are available for the students learning and teaching learning, and the teachers are well placed, and teachers are selection process and recruitment process has to be proper protocol, proper, all those things has to be there, Then only we say that the structure and the process will go on well. And when the structure and process are good, the outcome will be good. So if the outcome is nil and stakeholders are not happy from the students, recently we found in the newspaper, and some study is done, that some of the students, they just bother about getting the marks, and the overall development of the students is not taking place in the morning. One of my, technician has talked very nicely that the parents expect 95% marks from the students, and those 95% marks students, they cannot become entrepreneurs, because their overall development has not been seen. They are not social, they are not having any time for physical activity, they are not having any time for social activity. So the sports and all, whereas 70 to 75% students, they become entrepreneurs, and we want that, all the parents sitting over here must see that the students, your children should not be forced for getting the more marks and all. Look their overall development of it. So with this, thank you so much.
That's great, Isha ma'am, how beautifully you have contributed. And I love the part when you are talking about, creating future entrepreneurs, as well as how we should be letting the students choose the roadmap towards the future. So when we're talking about assessments, I really want to bring through a little light on the part that we are talking all the assessments post something is happening. Like why not pre-assessments? When a student is enrolling, maybe into the educational institutes, why don't we assess them at that point of time, that what are they looking forward into their careers? Like, today there are kind of AI technologies, whereby you can have AI case studies or AI environment you can create, virtually as well as tangibly, physically over there, where you can get to know what kind of future career the student wants. Even if the student himself or herself is not aware, by using that AI environment, by using their characteristics, their traits, you get to know that they are going to be the future entrepreneurs, they are going to be the future spokesperson, or they want to work into the corporate sector, or they want to have their startups. So this I really want to urge all the academicians or the people belonging to the education sector that we really need to do that. We are doing that at our organization when we are hiring our people. We are, rather than taking the interviews, we are doing it through the AI, and we get to know that this person, rather than getting into the financial sector or the financial department, they would be much better into the marketing. So this is much important. I'm glad that Aisha ma'am, you brought this topic. From taking on from there, I would really love to know from you, Dr. Vikas, sir, that what do you think, how can technologies help us in improving assessment processes?
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Online assessment, when we speak, we mean basically internet primarily. Now, as Aisha was mentioning, the formative assessment, like rubrics that we use for OB, even diagnostic assessment, which you are saying before enrolling the student in a particular program. In that direction, online assessment is, that direction, online assessment tools are quite developed and almost all good are using. I think the challenge comes when we are talking of the summative assessment, where we are trying to find out or trying to map the learning outcomes, how much student has actually learned, and replacing that pen and paper with online exam, and with these new technologies coming, like ChatGPT. I think now student is only required to write a small prompt or small query and just mention 500 words answer or 200 words answer, and the answer would be easily available, and I think that there will be no plagiarism also. The answer would be very readily available. So, students are also where I came to understand that a few universities in US, they have prohibited their students to enroll on, ChatGPT or Mid-Journey. The point is, assessment tools need to keep pace with the technology, which is, the AI technology, which is taking shape in such a fast. Still, pen and paper remains more reliable, I would say, or remains more, more secrecy can be better maintained. But that is, but that requires a lot of human effort. Setting up question paper, evaluation. I believe personally that if this AI challenge can be addressed by these online assessment tools, then we can have end-to-end solution using the online assessment. And another part which I mentioned regarding psychomotor, like cognitive is fine, it's all covered, but what about mechanical labs or laboratories in other departments, pharmacy, maybe in paramedical, their psychomotor skills again, there are certain challenges which are to be addressed still by online assessment tools. So I believe the journey is very interesting. New challenges are coming every day, and I believe the companies which are into online assessment or preparing these tools, they need to pull their socks up and provide us solutions which are up to date and taking care of the challenges of that particular day. That's my.
Oh yeah, please sir. Please.
So, pleasure to listening to Dr. Vikas, a great friend. I've just come across a small message to rob a show naked as a minor. No one can watch the security footage without committing a crime. So, modern problems need modern solutions. Challenges. So, but as Dr. Vikas has said, today we had a very disheartening news in the morning regarding ACR. So it was annual statistics of education review status, where they mentioned that the learning curve has decreased in number of states. The enrollments of education has increased, the learning has decreased. Was a alarming news as per the news report of 2020. So one thing which Dr. Jindal, which I have observed in the last 2 years is online assessment may be good, easy, but the most important part in evaluation is confidentiality and integrity. And at any point of time, this should not be. And we should not forget a system like CBSE could not arrange any alternative in 2021, and they had for results without doing anything. So we also should keep in mind that we are living in a country where it's very big demographic, geographical problems are there, where everyone cannot afford to be at online assessment. A problem also.
Yeah, that's true. I totally agree with Dr. Vikas and Dr. Singh. The wonderful light you have thrown on this domain, like how the technology. So this is a topic of a debate, whether it's a boon or a bane, you say. So, but if you want an honest confession from me, like I'm a scientist in myself and an innovator, the way technologies are progressing, no one can escape from it. You don't have an escape from the technology. And sooner or later, we do have to adopt it. So the earlier we do it, much better. Yes, as Dr. Vikas said that people have to pull up their socks, that's true. We have to be, the world is very, very quickly changing. Earlier things used to come and we could even, there are a whole lot of generations. Like if you talk about my great grandfather and my father, they have like lived their entire life with their learnings. Now the world is so fast changed, you are the academicians, we are teaching, side by side we have to keep on updating ourselves as well. We have to learn, continuously learn, and unlearn to learn. And along with that, as Dr. Sanjeev mentioned, so that is why, I always say, we have to prioritize human intelligence, human development, and we should make sure that technology is deployed ethically and knowledgeably. And ethical is the most important part, doing the right things when no one is watching. That is the most important part when we deploy technologies. So it is more like, having uranium, it's all up to us whether we want to use it to generate electricity or to make a bomb. Right? Same is true for technology, how you're using it. So but I believe technology is a beautiful unfolding that's happening to us. All we need to have a holistic, sustainable development along with the technologies. And taking on from there, I would like to continue this panel discussion, whereby I know how assessments are close to your heart, and I got to know while discussion with you that you are the head of the examinations, right? So what? If I ask with the futuristic vision, what changes you would like to bring into that domain?
As I told you, fortunately I am working with a group called MET, and we are having a lot of advancements and a lot of facilities also. And we are actually having assessment models well defined. And in the pandemic, basically, we introspected and we basically made it further progressible. Number of things are there, like for example, open book examinations was conducted by many of the universities who could not. But one thing is everything comes at a cost. So if we can afford, then definitely there are now a solution where we can ask the student to appear in the examination without making it unethical, where every moment is changed. The only thing is when we are putting these technologies in order, we have to cross-check also, and we should be having a cross mechanism to cross-check. Like for example, when we used to conduct the examination during pandemic, we were having, proctor, super proctor, chief proctor, just to check. Online also, I have allocated the faculty members, 30 students, to watch online what they are doing. And we were basically having a system called Metal where we had a tie-up. And in assessment also, now if you do not allow the faculty members to carry the answer sheet at home, So during that period, we basically made it possible to do everything online assessment, and it's going on. We are scanning the answer sheets. We are running a system. We have a tie-up where we are getting the answer sheets scanned, and they are doing it. We are strictly following the best mandate of quality by UGC, which is called evaluation reform, where what ma'am has said about outcome-based education, and we are actually among very few universities where this model is very nicely implemented. And in the futuristic point of view, we are also now thinking about on-demand examination also, which is basically something which is like we had a question bank series also. So if you, I mean, I will be requesting all my fellow colleagues here, especially in academia, if they want to actually see the real changes which they want to bring in the field of examination assessment, which I always feel is the most important aspect in the field of, gone are the days when you used to assess a student on the basis of 2 hours, 3 hours examination for their entire effort of 6 months or even year. Now we are in the era of continuous assessment. We are in the era of continuous assessment, that too in the blended mode. So from those point of views, there are, I mean, futurely, I think I can say, in future we are definitely going to have a very big, good mix of blended examination, online, offline, with proper cross checks, and it will be definitely saving on times also, because online education is something which is going to be the future of, and online education with blended mode. I mean, it's a fact, human cannot be replaced. Classroom teaching with classroom teachers cannot be replaced, but with the intervention of technology can be made beautiful.
That's incredible, and that's true, Dr. Sanjeev, as you have mentioned, we are irreplaceable. And when like I'm working with them in the domain of AI, people ask that technology is going to surpass humans. I say it's us humans who are making these technologies, us humans who are programming it, us humans who are operating it, us humans who are upgrading it. So technology would never surpass us. The only thing is, yes, how we're using it, ethically or the ways. So when you were mentioning, Dr. Sanjeev, the way, on-demand examinations and all, I would really urge, if educators can look on another domain, that is like long back, as Mr. Albert Einstein was saying, there was this, like there's a monkey, there's a frog, there's a fish, and there's a test that whosoever climbs the tree first, right, they are considered as the pass. So if we can look at that domain also, that not everyone is same. So having maybe different kinds of examinations as per their caliber, as per their interests, if we, that can be inculcated. I would say that then education system would complete in itself.
Absolutely right you are, and I think that these are the changes which everyone is, like we are going to have a time when every student would be having different examinations. There would not be a same common examination paper for all, and it would be, if you just see the pattern like CBS and somebody on this thing, they basically made a question around those lines also, where they segregate that some part of the question paper should be done by average students, some part should be done by everyone, some part should be done by extremely expensive. So that kind of system online would be definitely more easier.
Yes, Sujata ma'am, please go ahead.
Just I would like to add something. As per NEP, even we have to understand from very beginning, from school education, that each student is different, and the learning scales, learning curve is also. We can plan, and easily we can plan different kind of assessments. Even in the MBA program, to all our academicians sitting here, we don't have like one assessment. We have different assessments in our one course. And few courses we don't have any assessment. In elective, we don't have any assessment, but still it's a learning. Basically, we have to check the application, the knowledge of student, rather than the rote learning kind of thing. They can give examination, they can take grade. Even we know after taking good grades, they are not equipped with the right kind of skills, and they are not employable. So we have to be focused. Our assessment should be student-centric. Each student can be taken care of separately. This one is my suggestion to everyone, and this is the mandate of NEP also.
Wow, that's great. I would like to continue and add another 2 cents. of yours, maybe through MEP or whatsoever you feel great, that how is the future roadmap of the education changing now?
Before I go for this your question, I would like to add, which you told, at the time of recruitment of student, we have to do some kind of assessment. I would like to just share that what we do at IILM, we have kept a tagline, learning with purpose. Each student has some purpose to learn. So what we do, some kind of simulations at the time of recruitment, at the time of enrollment, some kind of simulations, online or offline, sometime offline also, to just understand the inclination of the student in which area. Then we design few courses. Because of liberal education, we can provide ample courses apart from domain area and minor or major, what we can say, but few other courses as per choice of the student we can design. What another thing we do, we have given each student one industry mentor, and they have to go to the industry as a shadow of that person, how they behave in it. So that gives again them a choice, where to go, how to go, what to do, when to do. This kind of like culture we created for our students. Now I am moving to your second question. The total education landscape has changed. Even our faculty members, they need to be upskill or reskill themselves. We have to integrate courses. We can't teach, suppose I am faculty of psychology, or my area is OB, I can't teach only OB. We have to integrate our courses with other areas. My psychology can integrate with law. So future is liberal education, multidisciplinary education, and we can train our students with decision-making skills, creative thinking, critical thinking, these kind of skills. Not expert in one area, like their domain area. This one is the future of education, and we have to take care of this thing. We have to train ourselves how to integrate my knowledge with other areas. This one is very important, and this is the future.
This is shaping good.
Just
Please, sir.
Just speaking about technology. So earlier in the direct distance education, we used to have some TCP class, personal contact class. So that used to be phenomenal. Now, online education and all, regular education has introduced 40% MOOC class. So we are now having 40% class should be online. So this is basically the change of paradigm of
Is this a mandate now? Oh.
It's not a mandate, but it's a part of it. It's flexibility.
Great. So this is how this this discussion is shaping up beautifully, right from blending to feedback to progress and to the entire landscape of the education changing. From there on, I would really love to know from you, Dr. Hardeep, what do you think that with the research part, how we can bridge the gap between academia and industry?
Academia and industry, that both should be interlinked when we do research. I have already talked that research should be done in a way that you are giving a solution to the existing problem of the society. So, while doing research or while starting to do research, we should also find out the problem of the society, talking with the industry persons, with the society persons, and then we can do the research, and technology can play a very important role in this part of research, that by technology, by surfing the internet, by going to the websites of the industries, we can know what type of problems or what type of things, products they are looking for, and in which way, in which field we can continue our research and give a solution to the problem that is existing in the industry or that is existing in this society.
Wow, that's incredible that how wonderfully we can have industry-academia linkage and we can create a way towards the growth and the future roadmap of these students. And from there on, Aisha ma'am, if you can quickly highlight some of the technology-enabled tools and approaches towards maybe the assessment part or online assessments or towards the growth of the students.
As I spoke before also, that there are a lot of technologies. There are a lot of technologies are there. As you also said, that blended mode of learning, we can use simulation, we can use problem solving, we can use various computer-based learning and all those things. And when we have the database, we can find out, if this is, I'm giving the answer of Madam, who said that how to, when we are assessing the students by using the technology-based assessment, we find we have a big data with us, and we can always analyze, that weak students and the strong students, So, weak students we can isolate and we can plan something for them, because that otherwise in paper-based learning, these things are not happening. Now, it's very easy to see that how you can identify weak students and what things you can plan for them, making the strong students, to become their mentor, or giving them the extra classes. So these, these things become very, very important for the students, and the students, all the students will be benefited from it, And from paper-based assessment, I think I found it very, very helpful when I started doing. You have to make the question bank. When you are giving the question, question bank से जब आप question देते हो, तो that also becomes data. Which students, is lacking in which area, you immediately will find out. So these are with this, I think this technology-based assessment is going to be, everybody has to adopt it, everybody has to adapt to it, and everybody has to learn. And then it is necessary that the students also learn it, so that they also know that what is the online assessment. Unless the student knows, they will become confused. So it should be added in the curriculum how assessment will be done online, and the student computer classes and all those things has to be done. So this is one we have to adopt now, because the time has come and technology, is changing, and we all have to change as per the technology.
Wow, that's... Yes, please.
Minor updation in what ma'am has said. We do not use the terminology weak and strong students now. It's slow learners and fast learners.
Wow, that's incredible. And this is what is required, So if we know the use of the right terminologies, we can always motivate the students, which are in the youth, which are the future to the nation and the world. So as Aisha ma'am was mentioning, so ma'am, there is this beautiful thing called access, like access to the knowledge, adopt, apply, and assess. These 4 A's, they complete the cycle of this. And I would like to ask the concluding question from Dr. Vikas. So, how we can make sure, sir, that students not only have knowledge and technical skills, but along with they have employability or entrepreneurship skills as well? Please.
Maybe sometime like 15 years back, 20 years back, for employability only 2 parameters for were important. One was what we say in the niyat, qabliyat, drive to competence. Competence means knowledge or skills. But now in these days, with technology moving so fast, I would say learnability. आपके अंदर एक जिज्ञासा, learnability is equally important. So that lifelong learning we talk about is now actually very essential to be employable. If somebody is, there were days when you are through with your degree and you are through with your education. And as you mentioned, that education will be sufficient for you to carrying for next 30, 40 years. My father did his during IIT Turkey 1962 in fact. Then he joined a government job. He was there, now he's 80 years old, but last good 60 years I do not know if he has done any additional course or certificate course after that. So even 1 degree was sufficient to take care of the entire career. Now this is not possible now. So learnability has become very important, and without that, employability. You can become employable, through your campus placement. But what is going to happen after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line? The technology that we are using is going to become version 2.0, 3.0, 4.0 if a new one doesn't come. So I believe learnability is very essential, employability nowadays. And then of course, like even creativity, we were, thinking that creativity is very essential. But now even with this Midjourney, with ChatGPT, creativity is, people are going to lose because of that large, big data that is available. So I believe soft skills is very essential now. What is your behavior? What is your attitude towards learning new things? How you come across? What is your relationship goals? How you relate to other people? I think those soft skills and how you connect with other people, they are going to become more essential in the days to come rather than your hard skills, your knowledge and skills only.
True, that's totally in sync with you, Dr. Vikas. When we're talking about the soft skills, and especially we are the nation, the India, that's in our culture. If we talk about our culture, is all about Vasudev Kutumbakam, that entire world is one family, and our culture says us to bow. Which, yes, of course, you're saying the upcoming generations, we have to really inculcate that, but with the soft skills, the journey becomes so beautiful and so accomplishing. So this is what is needed. So we had this wonderful panel discussion which we are concluding now, and it's indeed incredible to have these stalwarts on the stage. Let's have a huge round of applause for Dr. Sujata Shahi, Dr. Sanjeev Bansal, Aisha ma'am, and Dr. Vikas. So they today spare their valuable time today out of their busy schedules and being here at the World Education and EdTech Summit under the able leadership of Mr. Gautam Naveen. Thank you, Gautam ji, for we should be giving a huge round of applause to Gautam sir also. So making this possible, because yes, we talk, we discuss, we share the golden nuggets, but we always forget the hero who has done this show, who has made it possible. So thank you, Gautam ji, as well as Richa Vashish ma'am, who has been after everyone. You have to show up. Are you showing up? What? And even if you're saying, ma'am, I'm stuck no problem, sir. Come in half an hour, but do show up. And I think you did the same with Dr. Vikas also, right? So it's great. So kudos to, wonderful. So kudos to this wonderful gentleman and ma'am, and especially, let's have another round of applause for our Master of Ceremonies. How beautifully she is doing.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
And meanwhile, thank you so much, everybody, for showing up.
And thank you for this wonderful moderator. Because
yes, come on.
Because of this moderation, this panel was lively and successful. Thank you. Thank you so much. And give a big round of applause to them.
तो इसी बात पे we would like to do the honor because सब कुछ इतने अच्छे से किया है तो obviously it's time to celebrate it by presenting the memento. So would like to request you, Dr. Munish, to please do the honor. Let's begin with Dr. Sujata Shahi. Thank you so much, ma'am. Moving towards Dr. Vikas Singh, Vice Chancellor, Geeta University. Dr. Vikas Singh. Now would like to do the honor to present the memento to Dr. Hardeep Singh, Principal of SCMT, Guru Nanak Dev University. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to do the honor to present the memento to Mr. Sanjeev Bansal, Dean, MET University. Doctor. Thank you so much, Dr. Sanjeev Bansal. And last but not least, Ms. Aisha Qureshi, Dean and Director, Galgotia University. Thank you so much, ma'am. And last but not the least, we would like to honor the moderator, Dr. Munish Jindal, and Cotton sir would like to do the honor.
Come forward for me, please.
Congratulations and thank you so much.